there, YouTube? I'm back again today for some more Town Star content, and today I'm very excited to be showing you my top 200 pumpkin pie town. So, couple asterisks on this pumpkin pie town. First and foremost, I do have one NFT currently. I have the Express Depot, which you can get. Everybody gets, if you get Gala Gold, everybody gets that, and you can sell that. You can go resell that for 90 to 100 bucks, which is kind of crazy. But I do have the one NFT in here. So you need to know that. Also, I am on the Play to Earn servers because currently the competitive servers are down. I would not be top 200 on those because people have super powerful NFTs that kick my face in. But I'm still very happy to be in the top 200. But let's, with those asterisks, oh, there's one more asterisk, which is they had to reset the server. They accidentally reset the server, and I happened to be playing the game right when that happened, and I happened to get one of the cushiest spots you could potentially get. That is the city of Chicago right there, and that is beautiful. Bowers Game Corner, which I do not want to destroy. So, quite literally, you'll see when things get sold, they are here and gone immediately, which is really nice. It means I didn't even have to use all my water on the side to make a port. Instead, I decided to focus on pumpkin. So let's break down the pumpkin pie strategy, what you'll need to do, the hardest things that I've had to do, and what's working the best. So, first thing, I'm assuming that you've probably used the script or heard of the script. I'd highly recommend getting the script because then you can let it run 24 hours a day. I currently have my farm running 24 hours a day just so I can say I'm in the top 200 and show you this video. That's kind of what I do. But the big things that we have over here are the pumpkins. So we have we have clusters of 3. Right down here we have 2. And these are all, except for this one, oh no, yeah, these are all green, which means that's a pumpkin every 5 minutes on every single one of those spots. That is 8 pumpkins, which is fantastic. Now, I also have another minor pumpkin orchard over here, which is, this one's green, and then this one is yellow, and that's because I want to keep this windmill here, because in order to make pumpkin pie, you have to have 10 pumpkins, 10 sugar, and 5 eggs. So at its simple core, the things that I will need are wheat, so I can feed my chickens, so I can get my eggs, sugarcane, so I can take wood and sugarcane and make sugar, and then pumpkins. So that is all I have. And so what I ended up doing is moving all my plant growing over to this area right here because the overwhelming majority in the middle are all green. And this was really the biggest part that I had to do before I could really get my town up and automated, was trying to balance, you know, how much sugar I have, how much wheat I have, because if one of those goes askew, then you'll wake up in the morning and it'll be like, oh, I have 100 sugarcane. And look, so we just automatically sold eggs. They get put into there, and we have our money. It's there, boom. It's kind of ridiculous how quick that is. So we have the pumpkins set up over here. We have the wheat. We have the chickens. We have 4 chicken hives set up. We only have 2 silos, and that's one thing I try and do. Is I see a lot of people and they'll have like tons of holding capacity. I kind of like to have a minimum amount of holding capacity, then hopefully just balance it to the point where I'm not going to need a whole bunch of silos because everything's getting used so fast. Now, right now, I do know that I have a minor issue, and that is my sugarcane is getting a little high here. I know I typically like to keep all these numbers down below 10. But let's talk about how I'm powering everything over here. So this is definitely not the most efficient power area. I'm not the biggest fan of what I did here, and I think in a future pumpkin pie strategy, I would want to be able to maximize and not waste this, because I think if I could utilize these spaces over here, especially with this water pump, I could better balance this out. Because one thing I have to do is I have to every once in a while manually stop making petroleum because I get too much petroleum, and eventually this whole thing fills up with petroleum, and we stop shipping things, and then we get 40 pumpkins logged in our silo, and I'm like, oh, and I've fallen 10 places, and King Boy 37 is now ahead of me, which I don't want. Also, you got to worry about pollution. One big thing here, so what I did is I really lumped together all of these and tried to keep them away from the plants. But some of the plants, they could not help it. They had to be near things. But at the same time, I was like, well, at least having them there. And I actually kind of like having these here because they allow me to better fine-tune everything. What I mean by that is, so let's say I do have too much sugarcane. Like, it's like, oh, I'm getting too much sugarcane in my silos. I need to bump down the sugarcane and bump up the wheat. So what I could do is I could go over here and I could just take one of these green ones and turn it from sugarcane to wheat. But that would be a radical difference because the wheat grows back so insanely fast. Yeah, he's about to grab this wheat right here, I do believe. So yeah, it's there in 20 seconds. And doing that is then going to make it so that maybe we're getting way too much wheat. And by having these red spots and some yellow spots over here, you can kind of better fine-tune things. And so you can kind of see which direction you need to go. Now, the other thing I noticed is I got a lot of people sleeping. And this is one thing I don't know. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 people sleeping. Now, these ones, I have to keep them because they're getting the crude oil, which is powering the gasoline and all that sort of shebang. So we can't get rid of those. But I don't know what else to do. I don't feel like I could support another cakery because it's just, that's so many pumpkins. And I don't have a huge swath of pumpkins. So right now, I think this is about the best that it's going to be. I don't believe they're giving away any prizes at the end of this particular tournament because they're backlogged and they're trying to pay out everybody else. And then they're hoping in the next season to really get into that. And then they also showed off some other cool stuff. They're going to take it into a more mystical, fantastical realm with some of the stuff they're bringing in Season 2 or potentially at the end of this season, which I think ends 18 days left. But this is my Town Star town. What do you think about it? Have you tried the pumpkin pie strategy? Any advice? Any pointers? Anything you learned? Let me know. Or how would you improve this city? Let me know that in the comments below. How would you improve this city? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.